Some people say that when they're becoming vegan, that cheese is the hardest thing to give up. How is non-dairy cheese, such as Miyoko's, making it easier for people to become vegan?
Great question. There is a compound in dairy cheese that creates like a morphine-like effect in the brain. So it is quite addictive. And that is one of the hardest things people have giving up when they're trying to transition to a fully vegan diet. So products like Miyoko's offer a kind of transition food. So you get all of the flavor and all of the deliciousness without those hormones and those things that cause that addictive response. So it's a good transition food, it's a good treat food, and there's such a variety now of options. So it's like people that crave a certain type of cheese can have basically whatever they've grown up eating, what they're used to, and still get all the goodness without that addictive hit.
Miyoko's cheese tastes great, but what about its nutritional value? Is it healthier than conventional cheese, and why?
Everything is healthier than conventional cheese. In fact, I just did a podcast episode about all the risks of eating cheese. Probably one of the worst things in our diet because of, well, it's the number one source of saturated fat in the American diet. And so we know that saturated fat leads to cardiovascular disease, atherosclerosis, and it leads to Alzheimer's disease. And there's all sorts of links between saturated fat and poor health, long-term health outcomes. So anything when you're not having that is better. And the other thing, like I said before, the casomorphines that have that addictive component, but also cheese increases the hormone. It's like it's got actual hormones that's actually hormonally active, because think about it, it's designed for baby. Like the milk is designed to make a baby cow grow very quickly. And so it's got all this growth hormone stimulating effects in the body. So when you go to a plant-based version, you're not getting any of that. You're not getting any of the boost in IGF-1 or growth hormone in your body. So you're reducing your risk for cancer, you're reducing your risk for inflammation and all sorts of different ways. But so you still have to be careful of the saturated fat. Some of the products contain coconut oil, and that's still a saturated fat. It's less than the kinds that you find in the dairy version of it. So it's definitely an improved version of dairy in a million ways.